Hi guys, James O'Hare here. My voice is a little sorry. My voice is it's fine. How are you guys? I missed you guys so much. So I was working on a Games Court episode, and then I kind of took a break from making videos because so much that's gone on in my personal life was getting in the way of everything. Obviously, as you guys know, I don't do YouTube full time. I don't have the necessary um like, I don't really feel stable enough to do YouTube full time at the moment. I love filmmaking. I love making videos for you guys. I love YouTube, but at the same time, I don't really know how to say it. Sorry, I'm really nervous. As you can see, and I've also just been feeling not really creative enough to make the videos. And honestly, I've just been kind of forgetting everything that's going on because of all the stuff that's been going on. So the reason why I've been dormant for a few months is because I was just buttload of stuff and I didn't know what else to do with my YouTube channel, so I'm not going away from a while. I just had to take a break. So I thought today to fill in videos for I'm going to do some more Games Core commentaries because I love doing Games Core commentaries. It's really fun for me to look back on how far I've come as a creator. And yeah, and quick thing, I will do something that I am working on the 23rd of December. It's just a little date thing, but this is where I'm going to set it. On the 23rd of December, I will release a 1 hour video commentary going over the whole of Gamesmas. I'm saying 1 hour because I think that's how far I'm going to go. I'm going to first, obviously, in that 1 hour thing, I'm gonna obviously talk about the Games Squad as like an audio recording, but then you're gonna come back up to me, and where I'll introduce every episode, wrapping it up to an hour. So yeah. Alright, so in this video commentary, we're going to be taking a look at the Games Court Simpson episode and the Games Court Space Jam episode. So the two licensed product Games Court episodes is what I'll be looking at today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been such a blast, especially in this year. I hope that this can give you an enjoyment, whether you're when you're living through 2020 like we all are, whether I know some countries are hit with COVID-19 a lot harder, a lot hard as well. Big numbers in cases, lockdowns going left, right, and center. So if you are in a lockdown, if you are suffering from any form of COVID-19, which I'm pretty sure we all are, stay safe, everyone. I love you all so much. Stay safe. We can do this together. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary, and yeah, love you guys. Alright, the Games Court Simpson episode. Now, this was an episode where I filmed not really knowing how to do it because, like, I was very passionate. Oh, and this was at my old house. Oh, it's really interesting to look back at my old house. Repping the Culture Break t shirt, but also my ostomy bag was more predominant. That was when I was close to a reversal and fed up with wearing the ostomy bag. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm talking a lot about the game. Simpsons. I think I gave it a mixture of. It has a lot of racial insensitivities as well, but yeah, whatever was acceptable back then. And yeah, so the first game that I take a look at is called The Simpsons Bart versus the Space Mutants. And it just says The Simpsons on the title. Yeah, it just says Bart versus the Space Mutants. So yeah, and this was pretty much the second. I want to say it is the second NES version of game that I did. Aside from Castlevania. Castlevania was the first, so this would be considered the second NES review that I did. So yeah, I'm just going over the game and the story of how the aliens are using a machine that it requires purple colored objects to make it work, I guess. In the original video, there's a lot of sound glitches because of Mobizen. So yeah, and you can see me trying. I try to. Did I get rid of the watermark? Yeah, I must have gotten rid of the watermark in some way. Because normally it would have a recorded by Mobizen or something, or maybe I was just lucky that day. I have no idea. Or maybe I scaled it to hide the watermark. I'm not sure, but I don't know how I edited it to be honest. If I had a clue, I would have let you know. So yeah, what was really fun about this episode was this was when I started getting into a little bit more of video production. I was thinking more as a reviewer, making it standard, because and I was really looking into basic editing techniques for me at the time, because at the time I was in, I think I was about to finish year 10. I think it was about, it came out in October, so I was 15, still 15, and I would have been 16 coming up now. And it's so interesting to think of me as a 15-year-old making a YouTube video, and now looking back on me now as a 19-year-old, it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's just interesting to see me go back. The camera quality obviously was crap because I don't have any professional cameras. I was using a tablet camera, and yeah, it was very brief. I didn't really give it a, I don't think I even give it a graphic or anything, but it was a pretty bad game. I wouldn't recommend it. But not as bad as Bart versus the World. Bart versus the World was pretty hard for me to understand because it was very complex, in a sense that the first thing I recorded was a minigame of the Ice Cube Igloos things, and I had no idea what I was doing. Like, you can see it in my face. I was dead on confused. It was so weird, but I made it through that review, got all my notes together, and I just went with it, Yeah. Oh, the cutscenes always make me smile, because those are the times when I can just look at the game from a visual point as well. Obviously, I look back at the recording when I'm editing just to see how well it turned out, and I didn't write a script compared to what I do now. Like, I write a script for the Games Court episodes. I didn't write one for this, though, because, so that's something I definitely improved on. Was making a scripted, because I was just reacting as well. There's a big difference between writing a script for a video and reacting, because something that I learned in my media classes is without a script, there's no structure. That's the same with live TV that I've learned. Professional live TV shows gotta follow some sort of script, otherwise there isn't any structure. It'll just be a mishmash. So I don't know how the script would have gone if I wrote it, but I bet I would have said something. If I were to review this game now, it would probably be something along the lines of, cherry bombs. Like, it would have been for a funny joke, and it'd be like, cherry bombs? I'm guessing back in the 80s, everything was cherry bombs. We had a song called Cherry Bomb. They had a song called Cherry Bomb back there, which I don't know if I would have used before, because copyrighted materials don't really go well in YouTube, unless you have some form of license, which is understandable. So yeah, I'm in the China level, and this is the only version of the game, of the level of the game that I recorded. Out of the Games Court, I can say that it's probably one of the most monotonous and boring games I've ever played in my life. I've never played a game so monotonous. But yeah, it was just interesting just to play the game and obviously have something that is, just, it's nice that I get to make these kind of videos, because I get to expand my creativity and I get to research games that I've missed over the years. A lot of you guys rip me on using emulators, but the main reason I use emulators is because consoles are really expensive to get. Obviously, I think an NES nowadays would cost like I don't know, probably maybe in the 400s or something. I have absolutely no idea. And you know, and this was really funny. Just like I go over to Maggie, and there's no way of me getting up, so I just decided to die in the river. So fun. No, but yeah, it was just crazy. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going over there, and I realize my face is not emotive at all. It's not emotive. Stuff that I've noticed is the fact that I am not emotive at all. It's so weird. Krusty Super Funhouse. Sorry. I like how the character select screen is just hi kids. I think that's a character select screen. Either that or it's a password. I have no damn idea if they've allowed save files. I never got that far in the game to know that, but yeah. I decided to go with the Super Nintendo version, even though I went with a... I should have read this as Krusty, but I can't do a Krusty impression. So yeah, this was actually a pretty fun game to play. It was pretty... Don't get me wrong, it was very, tedious. But, I had a great time recording footage for it because I was constantly thinking of the jokes that I can make out of this game. You know, Krusty looks like a whomping Dumbo, Wally sort of thing. And he jumps like he's on the bloody moon or something like that. Definitely could have thrown some Australian humour, like, oh mate, you want to go, maybe you want to lay off the Bud Light? What am I talking about? Australia doesn't have Bud Light. We have, Jim Beam, that's something I should have done. So anyway, I'm just standing in the rats, not doing anything, and there's nothing happening. And I'm stuck in this room. And that was back when, if I honestly look back at this as my gaming in the Clinton years kind of vibe, because, for those of you who don't know, like, gaming in the Clinton years was probably the first ever video, game review, video format. It's basically like the first video game reviewer, you know, in the sense that using the see, what I'm doing is a video game commentary. Gaming in the Clinton years was probably the first one. It started off as Flight of Fantasy. That was a public access TV show. So that was back in the 90s, and nothing like this was ever done before. Screen capturing wasn't a huge thing, and yeah, that was pretty interesting. I definitely got better at my editing, I've noticed, in the later videos, because for this one I used a tablet version of Cyberlink Power Director. And now that I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro to edit the videos now, I realize that I can do a whole lot more with that than I ever had before. So obviously I could learn how to scale and zoom in properly. And you know, I can do so much, but at the same time I'm learning more, and you know, with every video that I make, I'm gonna be better. You know, whether it's on YouTube or not. But yeah, I understand why professional films edit with computers. It's hard to edit with a phone. I'm gonna say it right there. Bart's Nightmare. This is one of the most trippiest games I've ever played before. Obviously in the gameplay that you saw earlier, it was crazy, and yeah, it replays the same gameplay. That was one of the trippiest games I've ever played in my life. It felt like it was an acid trip. Like, my face says it all. It's just like, I say, this is probably the most trippiest game I've ever played before, and it's not bad if you're drunk or high or something like that. That was a bit of an AVGN joke, to, I think it was the Atari Jaguar, I think, when he was playing Attack of the Mutant Penguins. He said, it's not bad if you're drunk or high or something like that, but how they come up with this shit, I couldn't say that, because, you know, I didn't swear a lot back then. I don't swear a lot now. I don't condone swearing. I try not to swear, but sometimes it comes out. That's the thing. You know, I don't swear a lot in real life. Unless I'm angry. Unless I'm angry. That's the only reason I swear. So anyway, yeah, I'm just playing through the game, and you know, it's very interesting how the thing about the Super Nintendo that I was using. This was before I. Oh, Bart's a frog. So yeah, this was before the Super Nintendo Classic came out, which was pretty damn cool. You know, it's something like that I love, and I also love this joke that you have to get kissed by an old lady to turn into a frog. And I tried popping her with a bubblegum bubble or something like that, which doesn't work, but yeah. I didn't even know how to I know how to give stuff like learning like what am I trying to say? I knew how to put graphics on to other stuff into videos, but never in my life did I think that I would not do it for my videos, the earlier videos. I didn't know why I wouldn't have. I could have easily just figured it out, but no, I didn't. So anyway, yep, I'm doing hand motions on my shadow. I think I made a joke that my shadow, because the way my old room was designed is... Oh, sorry, as I'm recording this live, my battery's running low. Alright, this is Simpsons Wrestling on the... Oh, by the way, that's the battery for my laptop, not my phone. So the Simpsons Wrestling was my first PlayStation review, I've noticed. And I got the Simpsons idea from watching Cat Icarus, who's one of my favorite game reviewers. The one who inspired me was always Scry Jack, but Cat Icarus is one of my favorites. He started posting long videos, and you know, now nowadays. But I remember he did Simpsons Wrestling, and he didn't like it. I actually gave this game a 6 out of 10 purely because of how random it is. You know, it's just fun, you know, to kick back with a few mates and have a beer, and, you know, just have a good time. It's not the game like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro that you would actually take seriously. This is a game that's designed to be bonkers. Anyway, I talk about the characters and how they speak without actually recording the sound, because the PlayStation emulator that I was using actually doesn't record sound. Back then, and also Mobizen doesn't record sound, because I don't trust myself with sound recording, because I can always get the music from YouTube or whatever. But yeah, I don't record sound because I don't want any other outdoor noises to leach into the recording. So that's another reason why I don't record with sound. Anyway, this is my favorite game to review because it's very random, and I love all the spastic moves. Sorry, can't say it. I love all the random arm flailing movements of you know, just the characters. It's so funny just having all the characters whipping and screaming at each other, and especially Apu, who's doing like Tai Chi karate or something. And you can see it in my face, it's very giggly, but yeah. I also learned about headroom in my course, and that's when you don't, like, you gotta leave room for the person's head without cutting them off, but you also don't want dead space in front. There's gotta be a perfect middleman. Yeah, so any film buffs out there, you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it was just fun talking about all the Simpsons games, and yeah, that was pretty fun to do. So yeah, I'm going over my intro, outro, and yeah, on to the next one. Alright, so here we are, the Space Jam review, and what is my hair? What is my hair? I must have had, like, I don't know, I think my hair wasn't really that good. I think I must have had, like, extreme bedhead or something. I have no idea. But, oh, that basketball was so much fun to have. Now, the big story behind that basketball was I was in a production of High School Musical with my school, and one of the things that I had to do to prepare for my role as one of the jocks was play basketball. I had to dance, well, not play basketball, but I had to be able to develop my coordination with the basketball. So that would be just, playing the game, dribbling the ball outside. I didn't have a hoop, so I used the wall for my shooting training. And I also shot it inside the house, dribbled it inside of the house, just like on my floor, which is a terrible idea. Never do that. Go outside if you have a basketball, but yeah. And yeah. So that's sort of how and I made a high school reference called Get Your Head in the Game. Yeah. So when I found out about this game, it was really interesting because I've seen Space Jam, the movie, not in a while, but this was a weird phenomenon. I thought it would be interesting to see a movie that not that many people nowadays remember. And if there was a game for it. And yeah, there was a game on the PlayStation, which is where I went with it. So yeah, it was just really interesting because I was really interested in seeing what this game was. So yeah, so I'm just going through the whole stuff like that, and I think I made a joke like play game options and the intergalactic tournament. Sorry if I peeked in the mic, I just looked down on the levels and they were in the red. And then I'm going over the fact that you can choose between the Monstars and Toon Squad. I actually went with the Toon Squad in a different clip. I think I just only went for the Monstars because, just to say their characters' names, which I had no idea any of them were, so yeah, that kind of sucks. But yeah, and then we're going in the Toon Squad. We have, obviously we've got the whole cast, we've got Yosemite Sam, Elmer Fudd, I believe that's Elmer Fudd, Porky Pig, there was Wile E. Coyote. I tried to do the impression, so I went like Sylvester, Pepe Le Pew, obviously with different accent, Lago Lagon, boy, Tasmanian Devil, didn't do Lola Bunny, Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, and of course we got the legendary Michael Jordan. Now, the thing about that I noticed is that as soon as you select a character, they do a really weird animation. And this was when I made the comparison that it sort of looked to me like a Genesis game. It didn't look like a PlayStation game because the graphics seemed a little bit 16-bit for 32-bit. Because this came out in, I think the film came out in 1996, so I think this was also 96. I'm not too sure. But yeah. And then we're just going through the game. But yeah, I think this came out in 96 or 97. And to see graphics like that not belong on a Genesis is pretty weird. The dog was the only thing that's 3D. So here we go. I'm playing this minigame where I'm collecting the shoes, and we got a pug, I'm assuming that's chasing me. The thing about this minigame that was so random is, like, I had no idea what I was doing, and the dimensions were so off. Yeah. Until 1998. But seriously, can this get any more? Yeah, it was really interesting. Just sorry, excuse me, pardon me. I just ate before I did this. Yeah, it was just really, really interesting just to see all the loony stuff. I had no idea what I was doing. Again, this was one of those messed up fever dreams of a level that I think I've seen in a while. But yeah, it was just so random and out of the ordinary, like you have no idea, man. No idea. Yeah. So, that was fun. Yeah. And again, I had zero script. Yeah. For this one. And, I had to pause just to stop the recording because I couldn't pause mid-game. And I didn't edit that out. And I'm really mad about that. I can edit that so much better nowadays. Obviously not, but we got the shot clock, and I had zero idea what the heck I was doing when I first played this. But now I was just like, okay, you press this button to shoot, and you shoot and stuff like that. And if you lose the shot clock, you lose. You get a violation, and after that, it was pretty easy to ace the game. I think so. I don't want to get too cocky, but I went with it. Anyway, so yep, I'm just playing with Bugs Bunny. In the later clips, I get better. So there we go. Yep, I not take the shot. But yeah, yeah. So that's me fiddling around with the controls, not really knowing what the heck I'm doing. In the games, And the game is just, yeah, I sucked at it. But yeah, after a while and battery critically low, I had to quickly plug it in. Yeah, so in the next clip, I get better at the game, so I was able to master it. But I think I was. I'm not really too sure. It's been a while since I played any of these games, and it's been a while since I've later viewed these episodes, which was pretty weird. My voice is pretty high back then as it is now. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like my voice is sort of the same back then as I am now. So yeah, this is one of the clips where I got really good at it, like good at the game. So yeah, I'm just playing with Lola, and I got better at shooting, which was my problem. So yeah, I was able to score like 3 pointers, 2 pointers, and all that stuff. But obviously, I don't know if it'll show in the recording, but once you get the hang of the controls, you can play the game pretty well. So yeah, I think I made a joke on all the brand deals. Like there was a McDonald's tag in the foreground, which I found pretty weird, to be honest. Like, oh, jump cut, jump cut. That was my first jump cut. And I didn't notice that I was making a jump cut, but my face. I think I was more like overreactive and talking a lot with my hands as well. But yeah, it was just it was very interesting. I was so awkward being in front of a camera as well. I was trying to make it entertaining, but in the meantime, I kind of made myself look like a big tool in a way. But yeah, it was just pretty fun to do. And yeah, 3 jump cuts didn't show the game past this point. So yeah, it was pretty damn fun. But I definitely, when looking back on this, back on these episodes, and the reason why I do these commentaries in a way, because I, sorry, it's because I like to look back on them and see how far I've come and how I could improve. Obviously, the video looks pretty boring, so I think if I invest in a good green screen or something like that, then I can actually put myself into the game or something. But I don't know. I'll have to think about that down the line, or if I can like chroma key myself or something. But yeah, yeah, that was pretty damn fun. Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of the commentary for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share the video with your friends. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.